Oh, you know that.
Niggas had that. Welcome everyone to This Is It. I'm your co-host Corey Roy, along my partner in crime, Hollywood. What's up, brother?
Not much. It's your boy Hollywood DA here. Just like we was just talking. I don't know. We was just talking real quick. We was talking about Vinny the Microwave Johnson. He had that,
Yes.
that ugly form. We about to heat it up in here, player. We about to heat it up in here.
That's right, man. And always, man, my partner in crime, Phenom. What's going on, brother?
Yo, Phenom 202, DDA representative. Yo, man, I'm here this morning, man. Like, I wish I had the balls Vinny Johnson had back in the day. I needed a couple, as y'all know, I needed a couple shots to get warm back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It took me a minute to get heated up, but I was never shy shooting the rock, yo. But he come off the bench and give you 15 and a quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
He never was afraid to shoot it. Never. He would hype that joint up. It didn't matter where it was from, yo. You know. But they call him the microwave for a reason, because when he was hot, he was hot. But when he was off,
cool. Yeah, that's it. You just put him up in there. It's like, let's see if you make this first two. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once he he might, them first two bits, like, all right. Next one, he might come out.
Yep. He might come out. Yeah. That's how it was.
Time again a little bit later.
Like, Vinny Johnson was good. Like, he came in there, heated up, yo, give you that little spark. But I can tell you what was not heating up was this goddamn episode. So let's go.
That's so true, man. Nice segue. So let's go ahead and start this off, man. Like, look, thank you for everyone that's listening to this show. Thank you for taking this ride with us on This Is It. We're on all streaming platforms, currently on YouTube right now. If you're checking us out on YouTube, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to go ahead and get this episode started off. So this episode is called Marvel's What If the Watcher Broke His Oath. So this episode starts off very similar to Captain America's Civil War, except the roles are reversed. In this particular situation, you have Peggy Carter instead of Captain America, and Captain Carter jumps out of the plane and she lands in the ocean, infiltrates the ship. And then while she is fighting everybody on the ship, she winds up fighting that one big guy, just like Steve Rogers did on the boat. And that's when the Watcher shows up and is like, Peggy Carter or Captain Carter, you've been chosen. Then you see T'Challa or Chadwick Boseman as Star-Lord rescue Peter Quill from Ego. And the Watcher shows up to him and say, you've been chosen. You see Gamora and Iron Man. Then the Watcher shows up to both of them and say, Gamora, you've been chosen. Did not pick Iron Man. Then he shows up to Erik Killmonger in Wakanda. And this is very interesting because you see Sherry and Pepper about to capture him because it looked like Wakanda's being raided by them. And they're like, yo, we about to get his ass. Watcher shows up, scoops him up. Then, of course, you see him go to where Thor is in Vegas fighting all these monsters. And actually, it's the Ultron droids. Watcher scoops him up and basically says, you've been chosen as well. So then they all get to a particular facility out in the universe somewhere. And you see the Watcher, Doctor Strange, and all of them. And then he basically says, I need you guys to be the guardians of the multiverse, because not only are you here to save your world, you're here to save all the other worlds. So that's kind of like the beginning opening of it and how this thing kicks off. I'm going to start off with Ali first, then Phenom. Ali, what were your thoughts on this episode and this little beginning intro, how things kicked off?
I'll say my overall thoughts for the end, but I'm sure with the tone.
Okay.
Eventually, y'all don't know how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
I put on some dirty overalls earlier, so I'm about to probably be dealing with a little bit of garbage. But honestly, I liked how I kind of started. I liked how I started off, though, how they was plucking the people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Basically forming a little ragtag squad, I like movies like this, like whenever it's like the Dirty Dozen or some crazy shit, like all of them. Teams or whatever. When you put the group together, Bad News Bears, it can be sports and then it gotta be whatever. Whenever you put the group together, be like, yo, we got a mission. So I was like, all right, it started off good, you know what I'm saying? He just snatched them up.
Right.
I will say, like, when they got to the bar or whatever, your boy Dr. Strange hooked it up to look like the what's that? Rogers place where he had his face on the wall or whatever.
Yeah, Steve Rogers had his portrait on the wall. Yeah.
What it was, yo, they needed who's the dude that wrote Guardians of the Galaxy? The guy named
James Gunn.
Gunn. But it was like they was trying to go James Gunn style without James Gunn. They had him on. They didn't have a gun. They had a motherfucking slingshot because like all the Thor jokes and all that shit. Those shits weren't hitting at all, man. They were like, it was like you see they was trying to interject some comedy, but all that shit was like, wah, 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 wah. But but the initial, I can
go with you,
but the initial snatching them up, I was like, cool. I was like, all right, we about to put it together and see what happens, but.
Yeah,
that was like the beginning of the end. Oh shit! Just like my little setup. My bad, y'all don't see this. My little setup about to fall down, but it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. All right, cool. I mean, I can feel you on that. I mean, the jokes did not land as well as I think they should have. But I mean, overall, I really did like it. But look, before I get into my thoughts on Phenom, man, what were your thoughts on this episode? Because I know you had a little discussion earlier. So go ahead and tell me what you think of this intro.
So I wasn't upset with the intro. I mean, I think y'all hit on all the key points. Like, yeah, like Ollie said, I like movies that they grab people from different places to come together for the mission. Like Armageddon. Like Armageddon is one of the funniest times you have to take ragtag people and all that stuff to save the world.
My little list of demands, no more taxes.
No more taxes.
Clear these parking tickets and all that. But I love Armageddon's good. Bro, Armageddon's a bad movie, but it's a good movie. But go ahead.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
definitely, yo.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, corralling all the superheroes to get back. I mean, it was funny though when they picked up, Killmonger. Killmonger was like, "What, me?" And then like it kind of made me think like, is he gonna have a change of heart? Like, is he gonna ride for the cause and understand what's the greater good was? Obviously, no.
Obviously not. Yeah.
Killmonger gonna Killmonger.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Out of all the people that he picked up, there were two people that I was really curious about. The first one was Gamora. Like I was just wondering where her backstory was. Like they did say a little bit of it, like killer of Thanos, survivor of particular planet. So it was good to hear that. But I was like, we never got a Gamora episode. So I was like, well, damn, I would love to have got a little bit more of that. But still, overall, I thought she was really cool to be in this episode. But yeah, the Killmonger thing really made me think like, what's the reason for getting Killmonger? I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna be different. But nah, Killmonger. He's always thinking of a way to finagle his way into something in plan B. And he was already trying to figure out how to make this benefit him the moment he got picked. So, but overall, I did like the intro. I thought it was pretty cool.
Let me ask you a question, Corey. Yeah. So the Killmonger narrative, and this is my thing. Do you think, because in Black Panther, even in the episodes, like the What If episode, he was always talking about taking out the oppressors, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The world's about to end. Who the fuck is the oppressors now? You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Yeah. So was his overall theme was to really, get rid of the oppressors, or was it just a quest for power? You know what I mean?
You know what? Because that's a really good point. You bringing up something that I had never actually thought about, because that was his overall theme. Like that was his thing, stopping the oppressors, using what they've done against us, against them, and helping those out that are, in need. But then he's literally on an earth right now where there's nothing. So who is oppressing? But yet he now in his way wants to. So it does become a situation where you're like, well, what is really Killmonger after? It's really just power. And he feels that the only way to control is to be in control. So, I mean, yeah, he definitely has a different objective than the one that we have in this particular universe.
Corey going Sigmund Freud on us.
Yeah, told you, man.
Control is to be in control.
The control is to be in control, yeah.
The boy got daddy issues, yo. That's all. He got some daddy issues.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. He got daddy issues.
He mad, Ollie did bring up a good point about the jokes with Thor, yo, because I did some reading, just overall reading about what people thought, and the consensus was that Thor episode was the worst episode. Even the Marvel people, nobody was caping for Thor. They won't be like, you know what? It was ingenious. No, it was quirky. No, everybody was like, this shit was not good.
Yeah, the Thor episode was not my favorite. And how did you feel about that, Phoenix? I mean, because Thor is one of your favorite characters. I mean, how did you feel about seeing him in that particular way.
It was stupid, yo. You know what I mean? Like they could have had a better thing, like a better what if for him, not like a party animal.
Yeah, party Thor.
F boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I mean, the issue he Loki without the wit.
Exactly.
He's like Loki without the smarts. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Loki be wilding out sometimes or having fun, but Loki's cool with it. He's smart. Like, he got his little joke here, joke here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's not like an over the top joke, he just got his little one liner. Like, Thor's just like, let's have some fun, party.
Yeah.
Like, what the
and then he kept doing that Vegas over and over again, like Vegas with the lightning. But we'll get to that. So after they meet in this particular pub out in the middle of the universe, Doctor Strange shows up and he tries to make it more where they can socialize. So anyway, they start going over the plans of exactly what's going on. And they find out that Gamora actually has some kind of Infinity Stone crusher that they're going to use to kind of take over what's going on with Ultron and these Infinity Stones. So after they figure out the plan, then you see them on a planet waiting for Ultron. And while they're waiting for Killmonger, that's when you see, while they're waiting around, you see Killmonger messing around with one of the Ultron drone heads. And you're like, okay, this dude's plotting something. Gamora kind of looks over and is like, do you trust him? And Thor's like, oh, I trust everybody, because Thor's like party Thor. Everybody's there for fun. Well, anyway, Doctor Strange winds up putting a protection spell on everybody to make sure that everything is okay. They start to get ready to get hyped for the event. Then Thor, typical Thor, ready for the battle, shoots lightning in the sky. And that's when Ultron gets an alert that, oh, somebody's in this particular universe. Ultron shows up, of course, and then the battle starts. That's when everybody takes their part in taking them down. T'Challa eventually grabs him at one point and gets slung across the planet. I don't know, he gets across the planet though, but across the ravine. And then you find out he's taking the Soul Stone. So once he's finished taking the Soul Stone, that's when the plan goes to plan B, which is then Doctor Strange tells everybody to go through another portal, and they all jump through the other portal. And then Doctor Strange does that funny thing with his hands that opens up another portal over top of Ultron and drops all the zombies from the other universe on top of Ultron. And one of the zombies in that universe, of course, is Wanda Maximoff. And him and Wanda have a little battle, which lasts 2 seconds because he takes her out with the quickness.
Can't call that a battle, yo. The boy's like, yo, so it was like the zombie is good. He was like, something else might slow it down. It was like, no, not really.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. And pretty much that's where that particular ends, and they go to the next plan. I'm going to stop right there just to kind of get your guys' thoughts on this whole scene. And as you said, man, that thing wasn't even a battle, man. It was like he could have flicked her with a fly swatter and she was gone. But anyway, we'll go around the round table. Ali, what were your thoughts on this particular scene? Then we'll go to Phenom and get his thoughts.
Honestly, like the fight scenes is alright. Like I might be midway changing my mind through this episode because I did kind of like the fight scene. The fight scene was good. T'Challa jumped on, but you already knew he had it. Like when he flicked him off, like I was like, yo, of course he's like, like every movie shit, like with a dead person be like, well not dead, but they be injured, they be rolling around, and they'll show the,
they show they got it,
like. So he had it, and I did like how he dropped the zombies because at first I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And zombies! Like I was like, "Yo, that was just crazy." So
yeah.
I mean, I don't really fuck with Doctor Strange and all that shit. You already know how I feel
him
about
doing
Doctor
the spells like that
and all that.
I know how y'all feel about Doctor Strange.
I will say this though, it was good. It was good. This whole time though, like this one, what's up with Lil Bill, yo? Like this one I didn't understand. What's up with Lil Bill?
Where was he? I feel you. I thought about that too.
He all of a sudden now he can't get back involved. Like
I was thinking the same thing.
Like motherfucker, you just went and got snatched up everybody. Now
you got to do your dirty work.
Yeah, but now you can't get involved. Like you already got involved. Like why the fuck? They was doing all that. He should have been like they was distracting Ultron again, and he put up a good fight against Ultron. So. If he would have been with them, like the shit could have got handled.
Yeah, exactly. I thought so too. I was like, "Where the Watcher?" And all this.
Yeah, he just went ahead and did his Eternals. He did his Eternals cosplay. He was like, "Yeah, I'm
right."
Good. Yeah, he did the The Homer Simpson back into the woods, back into the bush. Oh, I'm good. Like that shit was, that's honestly that's why I was like, yo, where the fuck is he at, yo? It was just weird.
I feel you. Phenom, what are your thoughts on this?
Yo, man, the watcher was just watching, yo. That's what his job was,
Yeah.
yo. But the thing about it is, you're right, yo. Just imagine, yo, we out here jumping this nigga, yo, and then you ain't participating in the jump, and then you brought us out here to fight.
Yeah,
that's my thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, but I mean, obviously we're gonna get to what the overall theme was, but like I wasn't upset with the fighting. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing is, like T'Challa, he doesn't have superpowers. So when you know, Ultron threw him across the ravine, it was like, yo, you could really die from that shit. But you hitting rocks and all that stuff, but like that's just cartoons or whatever. But, but one thing I did take issue with, he did steal the Infinity Stone. So
the Soul Stone, yes.
The Soul Stone. Ultron didn't feel his power diminish. Because you know what I'm saying? Remember when he got all the stones turned into Voltron and all powerful and all that shit? So wouldn't your power kind of diminish if you lost one of the stones? Wouldn't you kind of notice it?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the only thing I could say maybe because he was in the midst of the action. Like, you know what I mean?
Because if you actually look at that particular scene, like he was in the midst of the action and it was when he tried to use the power again, that's when he looked down at his chest. He was like, oh, you done took one of my stones. Because I guess he was trying to use all the stones to do something. Because that's when he realized the stone was taken. And that's like, oh, I'm about to come after y'all. And that's when Dr. Strange did the funny little thing is like, throw the zombies on top of him like a bunch of ants or some shit, you know, but
you know, with Wanda, it was funny though when she came in and started using her power, and then she realized that shit wasn't working. She turned human for a second because her face was
I was like, that sounds like, when did zombies start doing that? Because she definitely hit her with she definitely got the what the fuck face. Like, what? Like, it didn't work. Like, no.
That's
zombies
true.
Just keep going, like keep going.
That's true because she was doing that, and then when he stopped it, she was like, "Oh shit!" You know, she switched it up.
That's the thing. She had feelings because like, oh shit, but she didn't realize that was Vision, like her husband she was fighting. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little issues I had with that.
For all my zombie people, it went from Walking Dead to Z Nation. Because you know the Z Nation zombies be all over the place.
Yeah, Z Nation.
That's what it went from Walking Dead to Z Nation, but just that quick. Like,
oh my God, that is so true. Because Z Nation, the zombies had conscious. Oh my God, remember the zombies that were strippers? Oh, it was the crazy. Oh God.
Yo, Z Nation was dumb, yo. The crazy shit was the zombies that invaded the Viagra factory. The motherfuckers were walking around.
They're walking around with hard-ons.
I was like, yo, what the fuck am I watching? And why do I keep watching it? Like, it's like one of them shows, you're like, what? I can't, like, this is dumb. Shout out to Z Nation. I like that shit. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I watched 2 seasons of Z Nation, man. It was funny because it was trying to be so serious, but it was like, come on, the stuff that they were doing was just way off. It was hilarious, yo. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
But you know, I did like this scene. I like the fighting scene. I love the fight scene. I mean, anything fighting action, I think it was dope. T'Challa really doesn't have any powers, but you know, they were using him for his wit, his smarts. Thor is typical Thor, throwing the hammer, lightning. I thought Gamora was cool. I think that was my major thing with this is I love Gamora with them, but I just wish I would have just had a little more backstory on where she was. And it's interesting because I did find out that this series was supposed to have 10 episodes, but they shortened it down to 9. And I'm almost wondering if one of those episodes was a Gamora episode that they cut out. So that could have really been the case.
She was handling business in that fight.
Oh, hell yeah. And I'm wondering how she, killed Thanos. How did she get the weapon? What did she do to get there? And why is she with Iron Man, with the Infinity Gauntlet about to melt it? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
And honestly, I did think this, though, when I was watching, swear to God. But either way, when I was watching this, I was like, yo, where's Killmonger? Like, everybody had all their times to shine and this and that. Yo, they ain't giving Killmonger. Because I was like, yo, they ain't giving Killmonger. Why is he even there? Like, they get him. I mean, he did a couple of
scene. No,
he might.
I mean, not really.
I don't know. It wasn't no like highlights. I think they showed him a couple times, and it was it. It was like zoop zoop.
That's true. That's true.
Because the whole time I was like, "Yo, Killmonger." Because honestly, I was just looking for like Black Panther, Killmonger. I was like, let me see what they gonna do. I mean, that's right. Those people I like. So I was like, let me see what they gonna do. So I'm paying attention. Like when they come on the screen more, I can't lie. I mean, it is what it is. Yo, WandaVision.
Yeah, because he didn't even use his claws. I didn't remember him using his claws at all.
He didn't do nothing. I was like, why didn't he bring him?
Well, we find out later on why they actually did bring him. But that was thinking that same thing too. Like, yo, when this dude gonna show up? I'm like, okay, here we go. But right after they go through the portal, after Doctor Strange does his thing, you wind up noticing that they're on a planet, and then Natasha Romanoff shows up and takes one of the soul stones that they just got from Ultron. And that's when you realize that the planet that they landed on was the planet that Ultron, the Earth that he took over the very first time with Clint and Natasha Romanoff. So that's when you see Black Widow and Zola, and that's when Captain Carter then starts talking to Black Widow, like, look, we're here to stop Ultron. We're not here for anything else but that. And, kind of smooth her over. And she's like, all right, look, let's take this dude down. I'm joining the team. Right then, Ultron shows up, and Natasha and Captain Carter start fighting her with their shields. Gamora does this killer move where she knocks the time stone actually off of Ultron, and you actually see space and time start to slow down, but nobody can react fast enough. It says Ultron has the other stones. He moves a lot quicker through time and winds up grabbing the time stone back, which I thought was pretty dope. Then you see Doctor Strange jump in and try to stop him. Ultron then uses the power of the stones and gets really big. And then Doctor Strange uses all the power that he has with those monsters and stuff that he had grabbed earlier to bring Ultron back down to size. And he knocks him kind of out for a second. And then everybody then jumps on top of Ultron and grabs his limbs. And that's when Gamora then steps up with the Infinity Stone Crusher, starts to crush the stones on his chest. An explosion happens, but the stones are not destroyed. You think they're destroyed because then you see Ultron reappear again with the stones, and that's when the reality hits them that particular stone crusher only works on the time stones in that particular universe. So then Ultron's like, yeah, y'all done fucked up now type shit, And let me see what say. Ultron then sends a large blast. I'm going to kind of really sum this up because this is just all battle scene for real. Is really what it is. Ultron then does a huge blast and knocks Captain Carter and Natasha like way over there. Of course, they still have the spells on them, so they're hurt, but they're not hurt as bad. Natasha looks over to the left and sees her bike, and then Zola's the arrow that Clint had was like, oh shit, we could use that to knock Ultron out. So then Natasha and Captain Carter like running up buildings or whatever. Natasha jumps off this building with her bike, does the most amazing shot that I've ever seen in 1,000,001 years and shoots it at Ultron. Captain Carter winds up jumping on top of Ultron and like pulls him back to expose his face. And that's when the arrow shoots him right in the eye. Pretty much at that point, then Zola starts to get downloaded into Ultron, and Ultron lands on the ground. And I guess I'll just kind of stop right there. And then we'll go to the other parts after that. Not unless y'all want me to keep going, because it's still all battle scene here.
I mean, it's all battle.
We'll just stop right there.
No, but
we'll stop right there. What are you guys thinking about this whole battle scene that's kind of going on right now? With Natasha showing up, her wanting to take down Ultron fighting everybody in the scene, everybody's particular part in this scene except Killmonger, and then Natasha and Captain Carter using their tactics to try to shoot the arrow at Ultron to get Zola into him.
I mean,
you first.
All the scenes was cool. I mean, it was cool, but I mean, because you already know how
somebody's starting to change their view on the episode.
But because once you get to the end and all that other bullshit,
right.
I don't fuck with that shit. But even with this shit though, because my brain just works like, what would I do? Like once the shorty Natasha comes in or whatever, takes the stalls. I was like, yo, you got Thor, Black Panther, my boy Star-Lord, this and that. Y'all just gonna let some broad on a bike take the stone and sit there with a gun. Like, what the fuck, yo? just was fighting Ultron, yo. You was just fighting motherfucker blowing up galaxies. If a bride would have came, I'm sorry, I don't politically correct. Can you say bride anymore? It don't even matter, yo. I don't care. If a bride would have came up on the bike and took that stone at that moment, and I'm like Thor, I'd be like, boom! Like, dude, that shit would have been a what's the shit when you be in the at the fair just knocking down heads? That was
oh my god!
Hit him over, I would have tapped her ass real quick. Like, why the fuck is y'all just?
Yeah.
Why y'all got powers and shit? Y'all just let this girl on the bike talk to you. I got the stone. I was like, yo, I'll be like 8-ball jacket. For all my people out there, you know what the dude on the 8-ball jacket on the train, it would have been like,
yeah,
bow. I would have smacked fire ass. Got that stone. Like we got business to do, girl. I don't know who the fuck
we got business. Phenom, what are your thoughts on this scene too, man?
Yo, this part is where the episode cooled down for me, yo. Like when Black Widow's Hawkeye now, yo. Like literally, she's Hawkeye. Like literally, she's jumping off a building. Perfect kill shot, and Peggy Carter or Captain Carter jumping off and and he ain't hit nobody. His spidey senses ain't go off or none of that shit. I was waiting for her to fly, and to him turn around and catch her in the air. Like
everything. He would have been like,
or
I was wondering that. Like, how did she jump from the building all the way over across the sky on Ultron, and he didn't sense that? I thought about that too, but you know. Hey.
But that really threw me off because, like, when she was on the airplane, like on a motorcycle, and she shot that arrow so perfectly, like she knew the trajectory, she knew how far she would pull her head back, and all that stuff, yo.
She knew the wind. She was like, okay, the wind ratio times 2. Throw the arrow to the left this way. Yeah, it was a hell of a shot.
Fucking sniper with an arrow, man. You ain't never seen Black Widow shoot out one arrow in any kind of episode, any movie, none of that shit. That's the shit that kind of blew me.
She's trained, though. She's trained. I give her. She's trained.
She better than Hawkeye then. Because I ain't seen that nigga do it on a bike.
I mean, it's really hard to be better than Hawkeye. Like, for real, yo, Hawkeye.
But you guys did enjoy the battle, though. I mean, overall, the battle. And this is when you start seeing a little bit of Killmonger, but just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the battle was all right. I enjoyed it. I thought, Star-Lord was doing his thing. I mean, definitely the reason why he's able to toss everybody around and they're not getting totally demolished here is because, remember, I'm going to say it again, Doctor Strange wound up putting the protection spell on them so that they could not get blasted away from but he does say it's not going to last forever because it gets chipped away every time you keep taking a hit. So I mean, it does help them for a while, but I did like the fight scene. I thought it was dope. It was very reminiscent to me of when Thanos is on in Infinity War, and you see Spider-Man and Peter Quill and Iron Man and Doctor Strange, all of them trying to fight Thanos. In that one particular time when they have Thanos like all tied down, they trying to get the gauntlet off his hand. That reminded me a lot of that. So it was some callbacks to Infinity War.
Memory,
I love Infinity War.
No, I know you said Peter Quill, but he did like he was. I would have motherfucking.
Yeah, they had it.
After that shit was over, yo, he would have caught a bullets to the brain. Like, we got to fight you after this. Like, we had this shit done. You talking about like, motherfucking no, we got to motherfucking fight you.
And then I remember I was in the movie theaters watching that, and I was thinking, don't do it. And he hit his ass, man. I think he would have got jumped after that, but he got vanished, so there was no need to jump him after that because he got snapped away, he got dusted. But I thought it was a good scene. Yeah.
Question: Why the fuck didn't Ultron snap his fingers when he got the Infinity Stones?
Why he did not?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's
true.
Oh my god.
Well, man. I have a theory. The reason why is because Thanos. Yeah, that's
not snapped his finger. Half the people he was fighting would have been gone.
But but I'm just saying, if you can snap and go half, you can snap and go full. Because Thanos only went half just because
he only went half.
He didn't want to kill. Thanos didn't really want to kill off humanity.
Right.
Well, I don't say humanity when it's aliens. I don't even know the all living beings. He just said it was overcrowded, whatever, like resources. He just wanted to set it back to sustainable, more manageable type
population.
Shit. So, dog, you just blew my mind, Phenom.
Yeah, that's
Phenom
true.
with the dropping the knowledge show. So why did he just snap when he get all the stones? That would have been the end of it.
End of it.
That's true.
End of it.
Yeah, that's true. Damn.
Crazy,
you know what? I'm thinking a little bit. There
you go. Save it.
Remember?
Save it.
Yeah, remember in the previous episode where he does take over everything in that previous universe, and he has this thought to himself because then he's kind of sad because his objective is over. I think what it is that he doesn't want to do that again because he doesn't really want to go back to the objective of it being over. He realizes that the fun is in the glory of the battle itself. Because once the battle is over, then there's nothing else left. And his whole heightened sense in the program is about destruction, taking over. But once everything is taken over, then he feels like he has no purpose. So that's probably why he never wanted to do the snap, because he said, oh, if I do the snap, then it'll be back to nothing again. And I don't like that. I like taking over shit. You know.
You try. You get a reach.
But if trying to save it.
If a motherfucker's a program, if it's a program, he don't have feelings. Like his shit was just his objective. When you write a program, you compile that bitch. You cross your fingers, hope it compiles. All my programmers out there, boom. You run that joint, and once you run it, it runs, People always be like, this something fucked up. Like, nah, the program ain't fucked up. Either the person who wrote the program fucked it up, or you fucked up, because the program's just only gonna do what you tell it to do. Like, it does nothing else out the box. It does what you tell it to do. So if his goal was to eliminate all the shit, that's his goal. Like, he don't have feelings, so it would have been slap, slap, snap. And Phoenix just blew up this whole series. And
that's why I say this, jokes.
Put him in the writers' room. Put him in the writers' room.
He does have. Ultron is created from Iron Man. That whole it is. So yes, you're right. He does have the objective, but there is some part of him that does have some type of artificial intelligence or some human. Well, I don't even want to say emotion, but some way human form of thinking, but he just chooses not to use it. It finally came to him at the end of his objective when he was sitting in space all by himself. And he was like, fuck, I'm kind of sad right now. I don't got nothing else to do. That was the human emotion starting to come in. But then as soon as he found out the watch and there was multiple universes, he went right back to Ultron, where it's like objective. The only way to save the world is the only way, because originally Iron Man set Ultron up to save the Earth. And he thought the only way to save the Earth was to get rid of the virus. And that's just what he switched the objective on him. But
I think that's where we just so different, because I already know what computers, programs, all this. This is ones and zeros, Ain't no emotions involved.
It is. It's ones and zeros. That's correct.
So
that's correct.
It's never emotions involved, and AI will never have emotions, You can program it to react how humans might react, but the emotions are going to be fake because they're only going to be what you program it to be. Programs are it's ones and zeros, bro. Nah, once it was over.
I feel you on that.
I'm rolling with.
I feel you on that. I'm not going to really argue that point, because you're right. He is a program. I think it's just my knowledge of how Vision was originally a program and he was built in, but Vision eventually became over time more human. So that's kind of how I'm thinking Ultron is slowly becoming more human, but he never gets to that part because he just never really gets to that part. But anyway, I was very interested in this one particular scene because this is when I really wanted to know more Gamora's backstory, because I was like, where the hell did Gamora get that damn Infinity Stone crusher, and what is she doing her universe with that, and is that what she used to kill the Thanos in that particular universe? So I was really interested in that. But yeah, this is when, after that, when the arrow hits Ultron in the eye, of course Ultron falls to the ground. Then at that particular point, he starts to get overridden by Zola. Zola downloads himself into Ultron, takes over his body. And pretty much that's the end of Ultron. And that's when you see Killmonger show up with the Ultron drone head and starts to take the stones and like this is what I couldn't figure out. Like, how was that stuff coming off of, I guess it was nanotech. I don't know what it was, but how was that stuff coming off of Ultron onto Killmonger? But the shit looked cool though, because it covered his old outfit, and that shit looked sweet as sugar, yo. That joke was smooth butter. And I was like, oh shit, yo, he about to take it down. Then he started having his idea of, look, we could use these stones, and which he had a good thing though. Like, we could use the stones to take back the things that we lost. And it was a tempting argument, but then, T'Challa, Star-Lord is like, look, we got to get back the stones, yada, yada, yada. That's when Zola works up and is like, hey, you done took the stones from me. I'm about to take these stones back. And pretty much them two get into a stone battle. And that's when Doctor Strange shows up. It's like, look, Killmonger was never here to save the stones at all. So he does this dimensional crystal bubble and locks them in. And that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it for that. The battle is done. You see him, the Doctor Strange, the Watcher, have Killmonger and Zola in a bubble, and the Watcher's telling Doctor Strange that he's got to watch it this whole time, never let them get out of that bubble. Then the Guardians, and the Watcher sends the Guardians all back to their timelines. Natasha doesn't want to go back, of course. So Natasha's dropped off in the timeline that we saw in episodes before where Hank Pym was killed all the Avengers. So she shows up and she's happy-go-lucky. Then it goes to an end credit scene where you see Natasha and Peggy Carter back on the boat that was originally there, and Natasha winds up telling Peggy Carter that they found the Hydra Stomper, and that there's a particular person in the Hydra Stomper, and that's when it kind of fades out. And we all know the person in the Hydra Stomper is Steve Rogers, or going to be Steve Rogers. But I was even wondering, is this going to be the Steve Rogers that she remembers, or is this going to be like Steve Rogers, more like a Winter Soldier type Steve Rogers? But anyway, that's probably for season 2. But anyway, I want to stop right there. What do you guys think about this whole scene with Zola taking over Ultron? Pretty much the end of this, and then you guys can kind of give your recap on what you thought. So we'll start off with Phenom first, because I know Phenom is itching to tell everybody his thoughts on this stuff.
Yo, why Doctor Strange just put Ultron in the bubble at first, yo?
No, I knew you was going to say that.
No, but he said he had to get the stones off of him. They just said said it was never about winning. It was just about getting the stones off of him. The stones.
So it don't matter though. It don't matter though. So all right, so this is my thing. So when they put him in the bubble, and I was like, and the Watcher was like, and then you forget to say, like, the Watcher was like, this is how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's from the last episode to this episode. The Watcher is a phenomenal actor, because he was like, yo, I gotta go get these people. Oh my gosh. Right. Should I break my oath? But did he really break his oath? If he knew that's how it was going to play out? Because he did say that's how it's supposed to play out. You know what I'm saying? That's why this episode, I was like, this is stupid, yo.
Yeah, Writer's Room Phenom is back again. I can't really argue that. But I will just say with the snow globe part, like, I will say, like, he couldn't put him in that shit into the snow globe until they said it. It was like, it wasn't about us winning or whatever. It was about just getting the stones off of him. You know what I mean? So I'll give him that.
Did they get the stones off of him?
Yeah, because when it froze, the stones is in the middle. They like
the stones are in the middle.
They're both reaching for the stones.
Yeah, they both doing Jedi powers to get the stones from each other.
Bubble.
Yeah. So he has them in the bubble, both
snow globe
with the stones in between them. Yeah.
Snow globe.
So,
that's what we call it.
The snow globe, the crystal. Yeah, I call it the crystal bubble dimension, but I don't know what the hell it is. But the Doctor Strange snow globe. But yeah, I mean, so, you make a good point.
Does Doctor Strange keep the whatever spell going, so they just keep shooting at each other the whole time, so nobody gets the stones?
But that's what he said. He was like, "Yo, you gotta do this forever." Yeah. And he was like, "Well, I ain't got shit else to do because he was the monster."
I was kind of bothered by that, because I was like, why didn't he send Doctor Strange if he already broke his oath? Then I was like, okay, now that Doctor Strange helped him out, I thought he was going to just pluck Doctor Strange and put him in like another universe where he could be with the girl he loved, but just in another universe. He ain't even do that. I was like, damn, Watcher, you done.
Everybody else got to go somewhere except Doctor Strange. And like I said,
because he petty, he didn't even want to ask Doctor Strange for help. Remember, like, he was like, no, you don't. Oh, all right. That's how it'll be. He brought it back. He was like, no, motherfucker, you don't do this for the rest of your life.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Killmonger?
That's why the writing was clunky, yo. I mean, like I said, from the last episode.
I mean, it did seem like they were trying to wrap up quick at the end. Like it was a lot of battle, and then it was like rapid fire conclusion without a clear, like, okay, well, you know, like for example, Killmonger, like, you know, it was just like taking Killmonger back to Killmonger's like, well, damn, you know, where was he going with this? And then, of course, they tell you it wasn't about that all the time. It was really just about have Killmonger there because he knew Killmonger was going to betray him and try to take the stones. So that was the whole objective, is to get the stones off of Ultron and keep him in this bubble. But it does make you think, did he know that was going to happen? I don't know. I mean, I don't think he did, but you're right. They make a good point.
Because at the end, he was like, yes, this is how it's supposed to be. The stones are supposed to be awful. Yeah. And then I'm like, yo, so that all that panic you had, get your ass whooped throughout, you took the ass whooping to get to this point?
Well, he may not know at that time. Who knows?
He probably was hoping that was going to happen because he definitely picked the team specifically for a reason, but I'm not sure if he knew how it was going to happen.
Dr. Strange did his mad. This is the way.
Yeah.
I did 100 million things. This is the only one that works.
This is the only way. Yeah.
The only way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I mean, it definitely.
I was more. Oh my bad, Corey.
Go ahead.
I just got to.
No, go ahead.
I was more concerned about Little Bill turning into Big Bill, yo, because he was like, yo, I'm gonna pitch y'all back. Y'all just be right where you was at. Don't remember shit. And I had flashbacks of Big Bill. Big Bill said, yo.
Put some in the drinks.
Yeah, Big Bill said, take this drink. When you wake up, you should be right back where you was at. I'm sorry.
Oh, bad man. Joke, you
good joke.
Good, but that makes sense, yo. So pretty much, that's pretty much the end of the episode. The end credit scene is something. Well, first, Natasha is the only one that doesn't get to go back. Because in her defense, she says, I don't have anybody to go back to. Everything's been done. So the Watcher braces off again, like, look, he's like, look, I've already broke the oath. Look, what's another one? And he drops her in another timeline. So it makes you wonder, like, why does he do this more? And I think he possibly will. I think that's what they're setting up, that he's going to possibly do this more and more as more seasons come. Of course, now we get to the end credit scene and we see the Hydra Stomper, and they're giving us the idea that Steve Rogers is in there. I asked you guys a question. Do you think Steve Rogers is in there? And do you think Steve Rogers is more like a bad Steve Rogers, like a Winter Soldier type Steve Rogers? I'll go with you first.
I mean, I saw this joint.
I hope so.
Of course it is. I mean, that's what she was like, oh, there's still a body in there type shit. I was like,
right.
This corny, you know? To me, that was just corny.
Yeah.
But it's just cool because it is what it is. So everybody knows what it is. So
that's my only gripe with Captain Carter's story. I never feel that they do enough what if with her. It just feels like everything is switched, you know, like, and I'm like, they can do more with that. So that's why it's like, it's kind of corny writing, because it's like, okay, it's so obvious right there on the platter what it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I love
honestly, I'll be honest, yo. I remember early in the season we was discussing, do you think they went off and it's tied off? And I thought it was mainly after the first couple of episodes, I was like, maybe these are all one-offs. I would have preferred it just been all one-offs, yo. Like, I don't like how they tied all this shit together. I mean, they had some good fight scenes. It had some good fight scenes, you know, as far as them battling Ultron and all that. But as far as like the overall story, to me, it was just kind of like, I don't.
Well, I understand you feel that way, because I already know how you feel about the multiverse, and both of you guys feel that way about the multiverse. Go ahead, Phenom.
No, I definitely agree. So, and I'll poke another hole in the plot line. So, Star-Lord says, "Cousin, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not your cousin." How the fuck did Star-Lord know that was his cousin if he never met his cousin? Because Star-Lord got taken.
But
that's why it was so funky, yo.
I'm sure there was I'm sure they had some back talk. He had to talk. He was like, yo, you're the only other black person there. You don't get up.
What up, cousin? What up, cousin?
They get it. I mean, I feel you. But I just know I would have been, you got snatched up, put to another place, boom, boom. I'm gonna look around the room like, where the fuck am I? I'm gonna see them. I'm like, I feel like, yo, we're like, yo. He like, yo, let's go over here and talk. What the fuck is going on? These crazy ass white people just took us up. Little Bill,
That's the thing.
Little Bill done slipped me a drink, and motherfucking next thing I know,
So we have to assume, which is a good point, that they had a side-off conversation like black folks do, which we'll do, had that side-off conversation, and they talked in the bar earlier, and that's how the information came out. Like, yeah, I'm a, Jumbo.
I'm from Wakanda and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that there you go. That's what happened.
The dude hit him like, he like, cousin, like, nigga, I don't know you.
I mean, I would Killmonger on that one though. It's like you a whole nother motherfucker, yo. Black Panther, I
don't know you.
I
killed that nigga, yo.
Yeah,
I killed him on the ship.
You dead right. To me.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And like that's why I want to wrap it up with what Ollie said. If it was one-off episodes, it'd have been more palatable for me. I thought that's what it was, because it was like it was one-offs. Then all of a sudden they picking different from the different universes for this final battle.
Right.
And it didn't make any sense to me why he went back to all these different episodes. I mean, obviously the Doctor Strange, when he had a relationship with Doctor Strange, he had no relationship with anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that's why, and they didn't even know he existed. And then all of a sudden, bring these people, Armageddon, all these bring together a motley crew to fight Ultron to save the universe. It felt real clunky to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel.
All right. Well, look, we're going to wrap this episode up with all of our ratings. So I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on the episode, and then we're going to...
Give me 1 second. Go. No,
all right, so I'm going to give my thoughts on this episode. I really enjoyed the episode. I really enjoyed this season because I'm very familiar with multiverse, and just I'm excited about where they're going to go in season 2. I think the Gamora episode, because it was not showed in this season, is going to be in season 2. I think we're going to find out why she killed Thanos, why Tony Stark is with her, and why they were trying to melt down the Infinity Gauntlet. And I think this is going to set up a whole lot more. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with What If now that Marvel has the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four, because I would love to see X-Men in a What If series. Like, show me that. Like, show me like What If Wolverine, blah, 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 So the possibilities are endless. I really enjoyed this season. I enjoyed the series. Keep it coming to me, because for me, it felt more like a comic book. I mean, it's different from Falcon Winter Soldier. It's different from WandaVision. It's different from Loki. I really enjoyed this because to me, it felt like I was getting what I would get into a comic book. And that's why I really enjoyed it. So for me, What If, I can watch it again over and over. This is a 9 for me as far as this season. So I'm giving it a 9. But that's right. How many Infinity Stones? It can't be a perfect, because it's not perfect, because the Thor episode I did not like. So I'm giving it 5 Infinity Stones. I'm giving it 5 Infinity Stones.
5 out of 6.
Yeah, 5 out of 6. Yeah, I'm getting 5 out of 6 Infinity Stones. We're going to go to Ollie. I'm sorry, we're going to go to Phenom. Phenom, what do you give this out of 6 Infinity Stones? How many does this season get for you?
4.
I mean, look, if I could go 5.5 Infinity Stones, I would, but you can only go. So, okay, 4. Okay. All right. 4 Infinity Stones for you.
It has to be 4. I mean, because like it started off
strong.
Like this, the zombie episode.
And
the serial killer episode. Them shits was fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even the Chadwick Boseman as Star-Lord, it was good.
That's one of my favorites, yeah.
But that goddamn Thor episode, yo. that brought down the average, yo. You ever been in school, have all these good grades, and you got this one motherfucking test that take you down? Yeah. That's what happened.
All right. Real talk. All right, cool. Ollie, how many you give it out?
I'm going to give it 3 out of 6, because really, I just like half the episodes. Like, the first Captain Carter episodes, alright. The Star-Lord episode I liked. I liked the Killmonger episode and the zombie episode.
Yeah.
The rest of them was just like, meh. So I gave it like 3 out of 6, yo. Honestly.
All right.
If you asking me if I'm gonna watch next season, I'll watch next season because of y'all, but I'm good. Especially if it's on Captain Captain British shit. Like I don't need to hear no grind music. I don't need to hear no tea and crumpets. None of that shit, yo. So if I ain't gonna lie, yo, if it's focused around her and Steve Rogers and all that shit, like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Right.
Because honestly, I like the first Captain America, man. Winter Soldier saved all that shit for me.
All right, that's gonna have to be another whole show, man. That's gonna have to
Captain America, punk ass. I'll jump on the grenade. I had a heart.
I loved it.
Like,
Captain America First Avenger is great.
Episode of Marvel slander, yo. I mean, everybody look out because we got some Marvel slander, yo. Like, I'm in Ollie's camp. When I saw Captain America, it comes on all the time on TV.
Yeah, the first one. I'm like,
that's a great movie. Great movie.
Dumpster juice, yo.
Dumpster juice.
Exactly, yo. Exactly.
No, man. Great episode. I really enjoyed it, man. I think it really captured the essence of what we needed for that particular Captain America, Steve Rogers in that universe. But anyway, look, we can get off that soapbox there. I just want to go ahead and say, everybody, I gave it a 5 out of 6, Phenom 4 out of 6, Ollie 3 out of 6. So there you go. That's our recap and season finale of What If. Thank everybody for listening to this show. Go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know your thoughts on this episode. Do you want a season 2? Do you think that Steve Rogers is the new Winter Soldier? What did you think of this multiverse? Do you think the Watcher's going to show up again? What's going to happen? Is the X-Men going to get involved? Just let us know your thoughts and your comments. Love to hear from you guys. My name is Corey Roy. You can always find me all over the interwebs at Corey Roy _ Ollie. Where can they find you? What do you got to tell them?
You can find me at Black Energy Tees on IG, yo. Black Energy Tees, yo. And that's Tees, Tees. So Black Energy Tees. And you know what I'm saying? Give us a shout out, listen, share, anything, yo. Share and like is free of charge, yo. So thank you for everybody listening. Peace.
All right. That's what's up, man. And Phenom, what do you got to tell them, brother?
Yeah. Yo, Phenom 202, I'm everywhere. I start posting more on my IG, yo. I feel like a grown up now, yo. So yeah, Phenom 202, This Is It podcast, Black Energy Tees on all platforms. Go ahead and get your merch, yo. We're bringing that Black Dad energy. We got some more, merch coming down the line, but just fuck with us, yo.
That's right, man. That's right.
Like
as we always saying,
my bad. He feel like a grown up or a 16-year-old teenage girl. I'm posting on IG. I posted on IG.
Yeah.
He's his game. He got his game up now. He posting the IG. That's what's up. Well, look, man. Like I said, that'll do it, family. If you don't know, like you always say, we bring you that Black Dad energy. Go ahead, man. Go to blackenergytees.com. Get those tees and that merch. And as always, we will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Yep.